Nigeria's President Tinubu files emergency appeal to block Chicago University from releasing records. Well, thank you very much for joining us again. This is Serious Matters here at ONF TV. Please do share videos with others, drop a comment, make them simple and simple. Credit to People's Gazette on this one for making this available to us. Bola Tinubu files emergency appeal to block Chicago State University from releasing his records, testifying under oath. Well, you recall that yesterday a high court in Illinois, Chicago, actually, gave an order to the Chicago State University to release, the documents of the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, to the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the February 25th presidential election, Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, having, fulfill every request or every requirement, for what it is needed for and why it should be released. However, Bola Tinubu, in a recent development, as we are making available now, has filed an emergency appeal to block Chicago State University from releasing record as made available to us by the People's Gazette, and continuously worries and you know uh, um, not really worries anyway, but then we've continued to wonder. I think it's more of wondering why this back and forth about, there's this saying that you should come out clean. The Yorubas has a saying, one is son láàrin, ajé nímú ní pẹ̀kọ̀rọ̀. In other words, you walk straight, everybody walks straight except there is an issue with a part of the body and all of that. But then when it comes to businesses, then you find somebody saying, oh, you see, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. You see, this thing I want to sell to you, I actually bought it for XYZ amount, and that's why I'm selling it at amount. And I'm telling you this, I'm telling you the gospel truth. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Whereas most of the time, you're actually telling a lie. Sometimes you even say that, oh, we actually sold this thing with just $1. I just sold it with $1 extra as my own gain on this particular one. But then that's what that means in Yoruba, in the Yoruba parlance, that "San láàrin, ajé ni mo ní pẹ́kọ̀rọ̀." Why do we need to start bending if you are actually real about what? And that's why you say, somebody once told me, he said people who are abroad, we find it much easier making heaven than people who are in places in, I mean, like Nigeria, where somebody has to tell lies to do business. You understand? We get to the market, the mama says my yam is 2,000 naira, and then you say, why can't you sell for me? Because that's what they're actually saying. Why don't you sell for me for 1,500 naira? And then he says, no, 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 no. Actually bought this yam for 1,004, I mean, for 1,700, and I transported it with 100 naira. And of course, I should make a gain of at least 200 naira on it. And that's why I'm saying, she has to explain and explain and explain. Whereas, in I mean, civilized world, you just go into the supermarket, you see the price tag there. You just pick. If you don't want, you don't pick it, you don't go there, and you just go and pay for what you have picked. Well, let's go back to business where we started from anyway. President Bola Tinubu had filed an emergency application seeking a review of the judgment that ordered the release of his academic records to Atiku Abubakar. We have continued to wonder why is Mr. President blocking? Why is he coming up with all this? It makes I think it creates more suspicions. You understand? I think it creates more suspicion. If we are real and we are factual about what we are doing, why don't I? Because you see, like I would always say, once you are a public figure, you're a public figure. Everything about you becomes public. You go to the loo, public. You use the wherever you get on the plane, you are public. Whatever you do, you are public. So there's no way people will not, poke their nose into affairs that even concern even your. If it's possible, people want to know when you enter the other room with madam. That's the point. That's because you are a public figure. You understand? So once you're a public figure, and like I said, I said that when I celebrated my 40th birthday, that some people might just look at that and say, so this boy is not more than 40. Oh, this boy is just clocking 40. Oh, this and that. Oh, that and this. And I said, look, there is no time people will not know certain people's age. There are some people whose age might be unknown for life, but a lot of time, people who are public figures, people who do things in the public domain, let me put it that way, so because it's not everybody that knows you or knows me, so that's the point. So, but then people who do things in the public domain, we always, they are everything about them will be known by the public, and so I see no reason why um, Mr. President is blocking, the release of his document if it's factual and it's real and it's true. I mean, about it all. Well, Judge Jeffrey Gilbert of the United States District um, Court had on September 19th ordered Chicago State University to release Mr. Tinubu's record to his Nigeria political opponent as part of an ongoing election challenge proceeding in Nigeria. The judge said the record must be turned over to Mr. Abubakar on September 21st. He also said school administrators must submit themselves to certify all records or released records under oath. That's to say that so it's not an issue where the records will get to Nigeria or to the persons that they were supposed to get to, and then they find out that a clerk was supposed to, or there was a typographical error and this and that, just like there were claims in recent times that where you see female it's actually a typographical error and all of that. And so it's supposed to be released under oath. But as the school started preparing to release the files, Mr. Tinubu entered an emergency application in the district asking a senior judge to review Mr. Gilbert's September 19th order and delay execution until at least September 25th. Is there any compromise whatsoever? We'll get to know. It's all in the public domain. We will update you as they unfold. I mean, maybe I should take I should look at, read what you are seeing on your screen. I mean, it might be moving a bit very fast, but don't worry. In the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division, in rare application of Atiku Abubakar for an order directing discovery from Chicago State University pursuant to 28 USC 1782, numbers 23 CV 5099. And so it's headed by emergency motion to delay disposition ruling issued by the magistrate. Intervenor Bola Tinubu requests that the court delay the magistrate judge self-effectuating order directing Chicago State University to comply with the applicant's subpoena, starting September 21st, 2023, because as the Ninth and 10th Circuit have concluded, or a ruling under 28 USC 1782 is akin to a disposition motion, and the magistrate may only report and recommend to the district judge. Here, the magistrate issued what purports to be a final order on September 19th, requiring immediate compliance starting on September 21st. Intervenor asked the court to enter an immediate order delaying the effect of the magistrate's order, at least until Monday, September 25th. 2023. We are wondering why the delay, why must they, hold until that point. He said, so the court may fully consider both the scope of the magistrate's authority to issue the order without review and the issue of whether the magistrate's order was a correct application of the law to the fact presented in support of this motion. Intervenor states as follows. But then let's leave the rest alone and, of course, hold on and see how things pan out. everybody has the right once a judgment is given. People have the right to appeal and all of that, especially when most of the time there are options of appeal. So it's okay. I think like somebody said, somebody said the law is still in favor of President Bola Tinubu. Hopefully, this will make Atiku visit US so he can continue the case that indicted one of his wives, and of course, and so that was a comment by somebody anyway. Okay, please, this is Serious Matters on Olive TV. Please do share our videos with others. Drop a comment, make them simple and simple. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you.